Is that 508?
Yeah. Nah, I'm back in this shit. I'm just back in this shit. I'm back in this shit. I'm just back in this shit. Nah, I'm back in this shit. I'm back in this shit. I'm back in this shit. Yeah.
What's up? It's Nolan back with another episode of Sounds of the Future TV. Who am I here with today?
Young Onyx.
Thanks you so much for joining us today. How you been? What you been up to?
I've been good. I just been working on music for the last few months, working on my album.
All right, bet. So I want to talk about your music a little bit and how you got into, making music. What really inspired you to pursue a career in it?
What really inspired me to do it is that, like, when I was like 13, I didn't really know what I wanted to do with my life until I started like watching like documentaries on YouTube about like other artists and what they were doing. So I was looking at like Kanye West, the creator, and then they kind of like inspired me to start like making a little something as a hobby. And then I started looking at like how other underground rappers were making it successfully off of just making like small things in their bedroom and stuff like that. So I'm like, why can't I make shit like this? You know what I mean?
Right.
And so I've been trying to work at it hard because my main goal is to not like have like a 9 to 5, and like work over and over and over again. Like repeating the same thing every day. I want to do something I could express myself in.
Right. So where are you coming from also? Where are you from?
I'm from Brooklyn. I'm from like the place in between Brooklyn and Queens called Ridgewood.
All right, word. So I want to talk about just growing up in New York as a whole. What was that experience like, and you feel like it kind of shaped and molded the type of music you make, and has it influenced you in your career?
Definitely, it influenced me. Like for what I've done is like most of my life, not all my life, I was born in New York, raised in New York. With all the people in school making music, like there's always like a bad like reputation around people in school that made music. But I feel like with me and like some kids from my school, we like kind of broke that stereotype about kids who make music. So like being in New York, it's good to know that there are people who support you, even in a place like this where you could get bashed for doing anything. You know what I mean?
Right. So I want to talk about some of your influences. Going across your page, I see you are heavily influenced by SpaceGhostPurrp, correct? Yeah. That's not really common, I guess, especially in today's world. Even though it's kind of like that era, like early 2010s, like with Rocky, Raider Clan, all that type of stuff. But what really gravitated you towards that sound, and like still to this day, something that you listen to? It's
because when I listen to that music, when I listen to that sound, it makes me think of something that's like hasn't been replicated since. Like when we listen to artists like Lil Wayne and Pharrell, you see their sounds in modern day music. But then we see someone as like influential to the underground as like SpaceGhostPurrp or Lil B, or like even like Young Lean. You see their music and you don't see it like replicated in a mainstream sense. And when I listen to it, at least, I don't think it's done like in the best way possible. So I like love that music. I listen to it every day. So I feel like I should be bringing that sound and like using my own twist to it to bring it into like a better light. So like when I take that dark atmospheric sound from SpaceGhostPurrp, I use that in my music, but then I put like a different elements into it.
Okay. Now I want to shift a little bit into kind of like the mark you want to leave on the music industry. So do you have any goals and like stuff you're striving for in terms of your artistry, and like maybe how your music will be received by the public, or like you want to be like one of those artists that maybe stays underground and has that popularity there, or you feel like you want to sell out stadiums and stuff like that?
Well, obviously it would be nice to sell out stadiums and stuff like that, but when I'm making my music, I'm really use it to have an influence, because like when I think of like the greatest rappers that I like, at least like who have like the most influence on the common sound, is always people that you don't know. And so in like half of my mind, I'm thinking like, what if I'm unknown, but like in a way that would be like I'm influential and like big artists could credit me for making their sound better. But at the same time, I feel like I could make music that could reach out a wider audience from that sound that was previously established. So like when I create the sound, I could imagine performing it in like stadiums. I could imagine performing it in Rolling Loud even.
Yeah.
And like that could be crazy to have that sound, that like alternative sound, be used at such a high level, and it can influence other people to be more experimental with their music. Because like when I check around people who make music in my school, I'm not trying to like go after anyone, but I feel like the music hasn't reached its fullest potential, like creativity. I feel like that's something I really like appreciate within an artist, within music. So I try to push everyone to be as creative as they can, and I feel like I could do that with my music. And so the mark I would want to leave is to be different, be creative, be you in a way that's different from everyone else. And like you could even live off your influence. You could take a little piece from this artist and that artist, and then you could bring it all together into one to make who you are, and to create something new and to influence other people. Because at the end of the day, as an artist, you're supposed to influence other artists to create even better works. At least in my opinion, that's how it should be.
So you seem really immersed into the artistry aspect of it and just being creative in general. What do you feel like, I guess in the sense of life, what do you feel like your purpose is? Do you feel like it is to inspire and create music, or do you feel like it's bigger than that too?
It could be bigger than that. To create music and to inspire is like one of my main things, but it's also like to be someone who leaves a message behind. So like to leave like a legacy of some sorts of like doing more than what other people do.
Yeah.
So like I want to show like people they could really be themselves and be weird and be crazy, and to like go against what everyone is like trying to make them do. Because like for most of my life, I've been like told what to do and what not to do with my music. I said, oh, stick back to this sound, don't do this sound. And I'm like, I want to do something creative for myself. So I want to do music like this for me and not for my audience. So I try to make people do music for them, and music that they would listen to themselves, and not make music for just everyone else, because then you're just gonna be a miserable artist, in my opinion. I feel like true art comes from making stuff for yourself.
True. All right, so I got 2 more questions for you. I want to talk about any upcoming projects, stuff you want to promote, stuff like that, singles, all that.
I mean, I released a bunch of singles on the way to my album, Akira. I designed this shirt myself, you know. I put the album art here. I put my group here, both groups, and I have the album track list on the back. And I think, like, please try to listen to this album, because I've been working on this album for over a year now. It's like not an album, it's like a mixtape, but I've been working really hard on it. I mean, I've been doing something completely different from like what my last album was. It was more like cloud rap, but this one I'm trying to put like a darker, like more rage-like sound into it. And I'm trying to create a concept album with it. I feel like that's not what a lot of like people who come up are trying to do. So I feel like I could make this concept album actually work and have actually other people listen to it and they hear the story within it. And I feel like that would be like amazing for like an artist. Like people listening in my school, they listen to the album because I asked them to. They give it a listen and be like, oh wait, there's something more to this than just random collection of songs. So I feel like please listen to my album Akira. Is coming out this summer. I'm almost done with it. I released multiple songs and music videos. I released Full Metal Alchemist recently. That's my most recent single. And then I released Angel Bleeds by friend Raekwon. He did a great verse on that song. And FLCL, obviously. Those are like my lead singles to the album. And also listen to the one I'm going to perform soon, Dead by Dawn.
All right, bet. Excited to hear the project. And the last question is a little segment called Words from the Future, where we ask the artist to give any advice or just like wisdom to the audience.
Be yourself. Definitely. Being yourself is amazing. Be creative. Be as creative as you can be. And don't let other people bring you down. In life, everyone's gonna try to bring you down from what you are. So it is really important to embrace yourself, no matter what you are, no matter what you identify as. Just be yourself. And that's about it. Free Palestine. For sure.
And thank you so much, bro. It was nice meeting you.
Yes, of course. Thank you.
That's another Sounds of Future TV interview. Signing out.
Thank you.
Back in the field, back like I never left, ready to spill. Only got one shot, I go for the kill. Could've went platinum with thoughts like a drill, but I found a better way without a deal.